Good morning. It's December 18th of 2024, and it's quite a bit different weather today than it was yesterday at this time. We didn't have any snow on the ground yesterday, but we've got plenty of it here today. I was thinking about getting after this little D2 here I brought up yesterday. When we hung the blade on the D6, I brought this up, and now it's just covered in snow. I was really wanting to get all the old garbage steel off it, like the canopy and the blade and hydraulic system and so on and so forth, but we might have to leave that for another day. Yeah, it's pretty deep and getting deeper. I did confirm that this is a 1938 D2, and it is pretty much flogged out, but I think I'm going to try, actually. I'm just going to get some hammers and whatnot, and I'm going to try driving some pins out, and might be able to get the A-frame, like just a couple of wedge pins down here below underneath this snow. Pop them up, and if I pop a couple of pins up in the front here off, should be able to drag that blade out of the road. So let's maybe try that. Well, I got busy undoing a few bolts and didn't have to do any cutting with the angle grinder or anything. I just beat the hoses off. They just so rotten they just fell off. So here we got, with the help of the Clark, we got the most of the junk stripped off. There's the canopy upside down in the snow with a bunch of hydraulic lines and some miscellaneous junk piled up, with seat cushions with no material left on it, and some bars there that held the stump pan up. But anyway, here's the LaPlante Choate tank, oil tank, with a few lines on the control spools, and there's the LaPlante Choate cylinders laying in the gravel pile with one of the triangle shaped lifting arms. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Bijan Living Like a Boss, and we're back at the little D2 this morning. Had to take a couple days off, do a couple of trips, but we're back at it. And as you can see, it's above zero all the time. It quit snowing, and then most of the snow is melted off the tractor. At least it's still around the yard, but a lot of that snow is gone. So what I got is I got the my hot assistant out, and had to cut the nuts off of these big pins, one on this side, one on the other side. So we're ready to take these pins off and get rid of the rest of this here lifting structure, if that's what you want to call it. Everything here is just broken up to that. That toppled over. It's lucky it just skimmed this basket for the oil filter. It never dented it. It just put a rub mark on it. Okay, so we got those pieces off finally. That's the only parts that I had to cut with the hot assistant. And now I'm going to, well, maybe we'll lift off this hood, get that opened up. That hood is about the only thing that's in really good shape. It's missing the cover that goes over top of the pony motor air breather, etc., but it's not bent, and the exhaust port hole around here is still nice and square, the same as around here. So that's good. So there we got it kind of opened up. We can actually see what we got here. And I'm going to try a couple of things. Before I open up anything, I'm going to get the garden hose out here because it's above zero, and I'm going to fill it up with water. See how many holes I got in the radiator. See if I got any holes in the block or head or pony motor. Might as well fill it up with water and see what happens. Also, after that, I'm going to actually try to turn the pony motor over and see what happens there. Going to put the big socket on the flywheel nut and try to turn it over. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to get my hose out, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I got my water hose out. So we'll see if we can start putting some water in it. Water leaking right away just out of the drain valve, which is a good thing. Means it was open. This hose is leaking. This elbow has a hole in it. So far so good, just that rotten hose down there. Probably this one is going to leak up on the top as well. And that pipe. I don't see anything coming out of the radiator yet, like out of the core spraying out. I don't see a drain on the block. There should be a plug to pull out, but I don't see one. That'll be awesome if that radiator isn't leaking. That'll be a bonus. So far so good. The water's at the top of the radiator, and it's just leaking down at that. Well, this one is seeping too, so that's fine. They're rotten. Okay, so we got that proven. We got a good radiator. It was one of my major concerns. I'm just going to go ahead and we'll open this up and drain it. Pretty red water, rusty. Looks clean in the camera, but it's, well, it was red anyway. Okay, that's proven. On to the next thing. I think I'm going to try to turn that pony over and then try to turn the diesel over. See how lucky we can get. I got my big drive set with, I think it's a 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 1/4 socket. Oh, well, we got a little movement. Yeah. Well, she's going to turn over. Well, okay, we know it turns over and the engine, everything holds water. No heaved pony block or head or heaved head in the diesel or heaved block. So that's a bonus. Well, at this point, I can't move it either way, but I'm still going to have to take the dash off, take the heads off, clean it up, and then get it rotating freely, and then we'll go further with that. Hopefully, it'll run the way it is. Clean the carburetor, clean up the mag, the points, and things like that. But my big problem is going to be this diesel. Let's move over and see if I can put the wrench on that crank. I'm afraid that's solid. She's not going to turn by standing on the pipe wrench, so we'll have to take the belly pan right out and remove the top part, the engine, or remove the head off the engine, and then see what we got in there. Probably full of a little bit of everything. I already got 3 out of the 4 bolts backed off of that LaPlante Choate gear pump. I believe it's a gear pump. It might be a vane pump, but chances are it's a gear. High volume, low pressure. So anyway, I got her loosened off, and I think should just come through a spline off the end of the crank. A lot of this old stuff is pretty stubborn, but I'm stubborner. Chained up there. I'll just back up with that forklift. I don't know if that's going to pull it off the trunnions, but I'll get a tension on it and then hit the back end here with the sledgehammers and see what happens. If that doesn't work, well, we'll just start up the D6 again, I guess. That should bunt it off of there. Move somewhat, 1/4 inch. Just about wiped out the camera. Okay, that's this side. Going to the other side, I'll set the camera back a little bit. That was close. Okay, once I got the other side cut, I run out of oxygen on this side, so we're gonna go back down to the angle grinder, I guess. Hopefully that'll cut it off. I just want to cut it off, get it off the machine, that those mounting brackets for the canopy. Well, that was a good afternoon's work. I ran out of oxygen on the acetylene torch. Managed to cut this post off, but I had to cut this one off with the zip grinder, and which turned out all right. Only used one disc or half a disc or whatever, but so we got that all cut off, and I see this here fender here has had some patchwork. Well, both fenders have had some patchwork. This is a custom modification here to accommodate the rams on the for the blade. They just cut this out and put this edge back inward, so they cut 2-3 inches out of the fender both sides. It's not a bad job, but it sure, the fenders are beat up. Everything's beat up, I guess. So that's just the way it is. But yeah, this fuel tank is caved in at the back. Plus, it's hasn't had a cap on it for many moons. It's been left open. So I imagine that's a disaster. I also noted earlier, can't see it now, but down there is no fuel shutoff valve. It's just straight out of the tank into the line. Managed to get all this here external stuff taken off, except for these the framework that goes along the track frame there. It's got about 5 or 6 big bolts on either side. Impact driver is both batteries are dead, so, and then I'm out of acetylene. You can't cut them off, so I'm going to leave them the way they are for now until I get more oxygen. I'm going to be able to take that stump pan off. It's half off already. I just got to reach in there and take it off the bell housing, and then probably off the hitch down underneath, a couple of bolts probably get those hand wrenched off. I don't think I'll get the impact in on that. And once I get that off, yeah, then she'll be a smart looking little tractor. Okay, this is take 2 of the outro. I did one yesterday, but it was such a disaster that I'm going to redo it. So, okay, standing in front of the machine we worked at it and got all the junk removed except for the belly pan. But I just want to draw some attention into, whoop, wrong way. This radiator, you can see that it's been pretty much mangled, big pieces missing, bent, and some pretty good, what I would say is some pretty good repairs done. You got to remember that this is the year of 2024, but the machine was built in 1938. Not 100 years ago, but damn close. These repairs, I'm estimating, were done at least 50 years ago. And I think it's just a testament to the skill or the drive or necessity, basically, of the previous owners and mechanics, et cetera, to be able to take this core and repair it. And we proved it yesterday by filling it up, and it's still holding water. It's not leaking. So I believe that the people of my age, you know, at least, and older for sure, had a lot of talent that they showed time and time again. Got to remember that these machines were working in a place where there was no big shops, there was no big dealerships, there was no nothing. There wasn't even good garages or anything. You just repaired it, much like I'm working at it today, out in the open, in the snow, in the rain, in the whatever. And they got it done, and they got the machine back working. So anyway, enough of that little lesson. I just want to bring this video to a close. This is probably going to be my last video before Christmas. So that being said, I would just like to thank all of my subscribers and commenters and people that just liked my type of work and videos. Just very much appreciated over the last year. It's been pretty enjoyable. Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So we will bring you on back when we're got more to do on this machine, and we'll see you in the new year. Bye for now. Just wanted to draw attention to the massive size of the pump and the frame of this blade there for a 20 horsepower tractor. Good grief.